Jory. I'm a Salmonella food poisoning lawyer. I help families all across the United States when they get Salmonella food poisoning from eating contaminated food. And right now at MakeFoodSafe.com, we're getting a lot of questions from people who are worried about this Salmonella outbreak that's been linked to onions. I'm going to do what I can to answer those questions so that you can avoid getting Salmonella and keep your family safe. So here's the first question we're getting. What's been recalled in the United States? Which onions have been recalled? The onions that have been recalled come from Bakersfield, California. There's a company there named Thompson International that grows and packs onions, and they have recalled all onions that they've shipped between May 1st and August 1st. That includes Thompson International's red onions, yellow sweet onions, and white onions. If you've got any of those onions in your home, throw them out, don't eat them. It's not worth the risk. The next question we're getting from people is, what states have been affected? So far, there are confirmed Salmonella cases in 34 US states, but we know that Thompson International shipped these onions to all 50 states and Canada, so the number of states affected may go up from here. People are also asking how many people have gotten sick in this outbreak. We know that at least 396 people have gotten sick so far in this outbreak with confirmed Salmonella infections, and that of those people, 59 have been hospitalized. But these numbers are both likely to go up as this outbreak continues to grow, which it appears to be doing. The next thing people ask is, what can I do to keep myself safe? What can I do to keep my family safe? And there are things you can do. First, check your onions. If you see labels on those onions that say either Thompson International or Thompson Premium, throw them out, don't eat them. It's not worth the risk. But there's something else you need to do too. We know that Thompson International sold these under many different brand names. So here's some other brand names you need to check for in your onions as well. Check for Kroger, Food Lion, Utah Onions, Onions 52, Hartley's Best, Imperial Fresh, Majestic, Tender Loving Care, and El Competidor. Any onions that have those labels are part of the recall. You should throw them out and not eat them. Also, several of the brands say they were distributed by Cisco, so check for that as well. Some Cisco distributed onions are part of this recall as well. But what if you don't know the brand of your onions? A lot of people don't. What if there's no label on your onions? If there's not, the CDC recommends that you throw those onions out. It's just not worth the risk. You don't want to get Salmonella. Once you've done that, you've checked your onions, you've thrown out any onions that you're worried about, the CDC recommends that you clean and disinfect and sanitize any surfaces that came in touch with those onions. So think about your countertops, refrigerator drawers, cutting boards, knives. Here's why this is important. If you had onions that were contaminated with Salmonella, anything they've touched is now contaminated with Salmonella, and that can get you sick too. So it's really important to clean those things. What if you've already gotten sick? What if you've eaten onions recently and now you're feeling sick? Here's what you need to watch for. The classic, typical symptoms of Salmonella include diarrhea, sometimes bloody, nausea, vomiting, headaches, fever, stomach cramps. If you're having any of those and you've recently eaten onions, call your doctor and ask for a stool test. Here's why. A stool test is the single best way to find out if you have Salmonella or something else. And that's really important because there are a lot of other diseases that mimic Salmonella symptoms. And you've got to know what you've got to get the right treatment. For example, we've gotten calls from people who their doctor thought they had COVID and was treating them for COVID, and they just kept getting worse and worse and worse until finally they did a stool sample and their doctor's like, you've got Salmonella, and gave them the appropriate treatment for Salmonella, and then they started getting better. But you've got to get that stool sample to find out what you've got so you can get the right treatment. And if you've gotten sick from eating onions, and if you've gotten a diagnosis of Salmonella from eating onions, and you would like to get compensated for your medical bills, lost wages, or just what you've gone through, because this is an awful illness, we'd like to help. You can reach us by coming to our website at MakeFoodSafe.com or calling us at 833-330-3663. And remember, check your onions, throw those onions out if they're part of the recall, and stay safe.